So the question under discussion in this video is, a company has an employee who is holding an employment pass. So he is a foreigner working on employment pass in Singapore with this company, and the employee has resigned and will be leaving the company soon. What is the procedure to be followed by the company? Is there any special care that the company needs to take, especially considering that the employee is on employment pass and may be leaving the country soon? As you might be knowing, once the employment pass holder resigns from the job, his employment pass is cancelled and he or she gets a 30 days visa to settle the matters in Singapore. After that, they must leave the country. So, what are the steps or what special care you should take? So let's first understand one risk in case of employees on employment pass who are resigning. So let's suppose that in this timeline, which shows 2 years, 2020 and 2021, your employee has worked with your company from January to July, and sometime in August, the employee has resigned and will be leaving Singapore soon. Now, in these circumstances, the tax filing for this employee as per Singapore Income Tax Act and regulations will fall due in April 2021. So, in August 2020, when the employee has resigned and is likely to leave Singapore, the IRS does not have any idea of this and they will not issue any tax requirement to the employee. So in that circumstances, the risk is the employee may resign, he may leave the country and may not pay the tax dues, and in April 2021, IRS might get back to the company asking where the employee is and why he or she has not paid the taxes. So you should follow proper procedure to ensure that before the employee leaves Singapore, the tax clearance is obtained. Accordingly, the steps will be as follows. The first step is to withhold the last month's salary to the employee. So generally you will have all the data of employee salary and you can reasonably estimate what will be the tax liability based on the tax rates published on IRA's website. So withhold the last month's salary, or if required you can even withhold the last 1.5 months salary for the employee, and then issue the salary certificate, which is also called as IR8A, to the employee. Ask the employee to go to IRAS office, which is at Newton Road, and settle all the taxes and get the tax clearance certificate. This can, I think, be done on online mode also by logging with using your ThinkPass. So basically, employee has to tell IRS that he has resigned from the job and he will be leaving the country soon, and therefore he needs a fast track assessment of his income for that specific year, and he will be paying taxes immediately. So in these circumstances, IRAS will fast track the calculation and will give them within a couple of days what tax liability the employee has. Once this tax has been settled, you as a company can execute step 4, which is releasing the withhold salary of that employee. So this will ensure that before the employee leaves Singapore, the salary and the tax aspects have been settled and there is no outstanding dues for that employee. One more question that people often ask us is, the employee is resigning but is joining another company in Singapore, and do you still need to execute these steps because he is going to continue in Singapore? Is there a need to force him to do the assessment fast track, settle and get the tax clearance certificate? Employee in that case may claim that he or she is still going to be based in Singapore. So why does he needs to do all these steps? So the answer to the question is yes, you still need to follow the same steps, because what happens after the employee has left your job is out of your control. For example, employee may join that company on the first day and may not like the environment and may decide to resign from there, or may decide not to go back to them again. And in that circumstances, you still carry the same risk of having the liability of employee taxes being put on your company name. So whether employee is leaving Singapore or whether he is continuing another job in Singapore, you have to follow same steps.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.